What up, YouTube? It's your boy, Detroit Love, with another video. Today, we're going back, way back, to the golden age of gaming. And today we're looking at the Numskull quarter scale Space Invaders Part II. Trust me, you're gonna love this thing. Let's get it started.
This officially licensed miniature is a stunning tribute to retro gaming and collectors alike. Let's get into it. Space Invaders Part II, released in 1979 by Taito, was the much anticipated sequel to the 1978 classic Space Invaders. In North America, it was distributed as Space Invaders Deluxe by Midway Games. The game brought exciting new features like aliens that split into two when hit, high scores that allow players to save their initials, and even short cutscenes between stages. These additions enhanced the gameplay while keeping the original addictive appeal. I was 13 years old and attending junior high school when this game was released. It was an era of pure arcade magic, and this cabinet brings all that nostalgia rushing back. Numskull's design team has knocked it out of the park. This quarter-scale replica stands 17 inches tall and faithfully captures the original look and feel, down to the vibrant artwork and cabinet shape. The cabinet is made of heavy-duty wood with premium decals and arcade-style controls. It's compact, durable, and lightweight enough to fit perfectly on the desk or shelf without sacrificing the charm of the full-size version. When it comes to gameplay, this cabinet stays true to the Space Invaders Part II arcade experience, complete with the classic joystick and fire button setup. Let's talk about gameplay. It's not a whole lot to it, right? It's a very simple game. You either love Space Invaders or you don't. Because there are so many different shooters that have come after this. One of my favorites being Galaga. And even though after Galaga, you've gotten all of those, what I call kitchen sink shooters that throws everything at you, including the kitchen sink, where it's just clear that it's designed to be a quarter grabber. They want you to get out. They want you to kill you, right? Those shooters are just crazy. But even though Space Invaders gameplay is simplistic, right? You have your spacecraft and you have your barriers to hide behind, but that barrier is getting shot by the enemies and sometimes by yourself, and eventually it's going to go away. But the suspense of this game, as those invaders advance and get faster and the music gets, increasingly loud, and it's just one of those games that you're either very good at or very bad. Because it's not an easy game, even though it's a very simple game. You have to hit those guys exactly where it hurts, and you have to avoid their missiles as well. So it's a very simple game, and it's like one of those games like Frogger. I love me some Frogger. I may not play it a whole lot at any given times. And that's why I think at this size, a lot of times people say, well, these smaller cabinets aren't really playable. Well, this is clearly playable, and it's perfectly fine for the duration that you'll have for this game. No one's going to sit here and play this thing for hours, but you can. But you can get your fix of a trip down memory lane and take with it the memories with your friends, your family, and all those people at the arcades that you hung with. It's interesting to note that the Space Invaders Deluxe version the North American variant, used buttons for movement instead of a joystick. Numskull opted to recreate the joystick from the original Part II design, which adds authenticity for global fans. But the real showstopper here is the mirrored screen and Pepper's ghost effect. The gameplay appears to float as a holographic display, just like the original cabinet from the arcades. This feature is an absolute blast and adds a whole new level of immersion. The cabinet also comes with a rechargeable lithium battery, so you can take it on the go, and 3-watt speakers that provide crisp audio. Everything about this cabinet screams premium. Another note, there is an upgrade for the volume issues that did arrive after this thing went on sale. If you have volume issues where it's too low, please check their website for that firmware update. For collectors, this is a must-have. The cabinet comes in a beautifully designed collector's box with vibrant artwork, making it an excellent display piece even before you unbox it. Whether you're adding it to a game room, man cave, or office, it's a conversation starter. Numskull has done an incredible job preserving the legacy of Space Invaders Part II for future generations. Numskull's Space Invaders Part II quarter-scale arcade cabinet is a gem. From the stunning Pepper's Ghost holographic effect to the authentic gameplay and design, it's a fantastic way to relive the golden era of arcades. If you're a retro gamer, a collector, or just someone who appreciates classic games, this cabinet is for you. Numskull has nailed every detail, and I can't recommend it enough. Let's break down some of the pros and cons. Pros: authentic gameplay using the original arcade ROM, stunning Pepper's Ghost holographic display, compact, durable design with premium materials, rechargeable battery for portability, and beautiful collector's packaging. The cons: smaller controls may not be ideal for long sessions. Only includes a single game, as Space Invaders Part II. Price may be steep for casual fans. But honestly, the pros far outweigh the cons. This is a phenomenal addition to any collection. Now, I currently have 2 quarter-scale arcades, this as well as Pac-Man, and I love me some Pac-Man. In fact, it's the only Pac-Man cabinet that I have in my collection at all. You know, Space Invaders is one of those games that you may not play it as much as you play other games, but it's a piece of history. When you look at this thing, it's just a beautiful cabinet. It just looks great no matter where it sits. I think the color scheme is just done well. And that's why I elected for the Part 2 instead of the first one. The first one with the blue, you'll see that in a future video. I have that in a different form factor, and it's perfectly fine. But as I collect these different arcade cabinets of varying sizes, you know, I have to be true to myself. And Space Invaders is one of those game-changing games that no matter what I've done afterwards, I appreciate the beginning. So Numskull provided this unit to me for free. They didn't give me a time requirement of when I had to do the review, or if I did a review at all. They gave this to me because they know I'm a big fan of arcades, and especially miniature size.
Are you kidding me? How am I missing?
They gave me an opportunity to pick between, I believe it was 4 different cabinets. It was
Too low for comfort.
the regular Space Invaders, this one here, also Burger Time, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And Those other two cabinets, I would love to have had. But given the opportunity, I picked this one over, say, this regular Space Invaders, because it's not a whole lot difference between the two. And I'd rather have the updated version with a little color, a little extra play. And also, I have a different Space Invaders plan for my arcade. And then I would love to have Burger Time. I love Burger Time. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I love the cartoon series, and I even like the game. I just never really been a big fan of those side-scrolling beat-em-ups personally. But I like to have them in my arcade for when people come. But these miniature size, these are my personal cabinets. Not a collection that just sits on a shelf and gathers dust and get a nice dusting from time to time. I actually love playing these things. So I chose this one, and Numskull knows I don't make videos in the summertime, so they had no expectations that I would do this anytime quickly. But they know I love to talk about what I do have and what I do enjoy. And so I am enjoying this cabinet. I still have to find its perfect home in my home and create an experience around it and Pac-Man. Thanks for watching, everyone. Don't forget to comment below, smash that like button, and share this video with your fellow retro gaming fans. Until next time, I'm Detroit Love, and I'll see you on the web.
Thanks for watching Detroit Love. Please subscribe to the channel, like and share the video. We want to see and read your comments below. And until next time, I'll see you on the web.